So you've just stepped off stage after competing in your first ever bodybuilding show. Prep is finally over, or is it? The reality is, your prep has not finished. You are now in your post-show phase, your reverse phase, your rebound phase, and the truth is, this phase is harder than prep. And depending on how well you manage this phase will set you up to make really good progress or put you in a position where you won't make much progress at all. First off, let's quickly talk about why post-show is so difficult. Number one, you don't have that immediate goal anymore. There's nothing that's stopping you going out and eating whatever you want. You don't have that goal that you're striving towards that is motivating you to get all of these things done every single day. Number two, you're going to increase your food. And with increased food comes an increase in appetite. Your appetite is going to be a lot higher than it was on prep. Even though you're eating more, you're going to feel hungrier and it's going to be hard to not binge. You're going to have to restrict yourself. And number three, you're going to have to deal with your physique looking less lean. And if this is your first post-show, you will find that quite difficult. And that is something that I found really difficult going into my reverse, was seeing myself get less lean. I did struggle with that. That was the main thing I struggled with. So let's get into the actual video now. And we're going to cover the post-show timeline, what is a reverse, why it's important, and then we'll go through my whole post-show and my reverse, and then I'll give you some of my best tips to absolutely smash your reverse. So first up, we'll quickly go through what a reverse is. All a reverse is when you've done a harsh diet or a bodybuilding prep, you are then reversing out of that stage condition. This means you're reversing your food, so your food's now going to go up, your cardio and expenditure is probably going to come down, and the whole aim of this phase is to get healthy, is to get your body back to being healthy, which means putting on a little bit of body fat, which means getting your energy back, which means training harder again. That is the whole point of a reverse. Now, if you do the reverse properly, you can make a ton of progress. You can get your food nice and high while still staying lean. But if you don't do it properly, you're going to put on a lot of body fat very quickly, and you're then going to have to clean up before you go into your true off season, which is then just going to stall your progress. So let's quickly run through the timeline of post-show and how I would approach it and how I did approach it. So the first week of post-show is going to be the hardest. Your hunger is going to be absolutely savage. You're going to want to binge. And you can also experience some like post-show blues because you don't have that goal anymore you're not working to. So what I'd advise doing 1 week post-show, depending on how you finished your show. If you finished your show and then you went and ate a load of rubbish food, you ate 7,000 calories of just junk, or you did that the next day, or you did it for the weekend, for example, how I would approach the first week post-show is I would drop your food back down to what you were eating pre-stage. And I would hold that food there for this week and let your weight return to what it was before you went on stage. By doing this, we fixed any sort of damage that you've done on those days off where you just ate a load of food. Now, if you didn't eat a load of food and you were very strict and you stayed on plan, you don't really need to do this. If you stayed on plan, you can immediately bump your food up a decent amount. And I would put it all through carbs, to be honest. Carbs, your energy source, and you want some energy post-show. And what I'd do, whilst I bump that food up, in that week, I'd be looking to put on a little bit of body fat to get healthier and just get my energy back and feel good again. Now, at the end of this week, after you've bumped your food up, we'll get a good idea of how much weight you've put on throughout that week by bumping the food up. From here, we'll go into week 2 to say week 6, and this is just a control phase. During this phase, we want to aim to put on anywhere between 0.25% to 1% of your total body weight per week. So this will mean weighing yourself every day and just assessing the calories that you need to be eating. If weight isn't going on, you're going to need to bump those calories up. If weight is going on too quickly, we may need to reduce those calories. In this phase, if you stick to a meal plan, it's going to be really easy. You're going to grow really nicely, and you're going to stay lean because of it. However, in this 2 to 6 weeks control phase, if you start binging every weekend, it's going to really throw about all your calories, and it's going to make it really difficult to establish a baseline calories which then you can increase on each week. So if you can control this phase really well, you could see your food increase week on week quite a bit whilst not putting on a lot of weight. But if you just start binging every weekend, the weight will come on really quickly and your baseline calories will never really go up because of it, which then means you're going to be fatter and your food's not going to be as high. That's why it's important you really control yourself during this phase, because it's going to set you up really well for your off season and your growth phase. And during this 2 to 6 week phase, this control phase, we're really looking to get training performance back and get energy back and just feel good again. And by doing all of that, you're going to feel a lot more healthy. You're going to be more healthy too. Now, after this sort of 6 weeks control phase, 6 to 8 weeks, you're then going to be pretty much settled in. You're going to be ready to just crack on with your off season and get to it. If you take PEDs, you probably should have took all those PEDs out after stage, went into a health phase around the 8 to 10 week mark, test your bloods, see how healthy you are. And if you're healthy, great, go into your push-up. If not, spend a few more weeks getting healthy. Right then, let's talk about my whole post-show and how I handled it, show you the data too. And we'll do this all the way from show day to where I'm currently at now. So, on show day, and here's the pictures of show day, I weighed in 165 pounds. Absolute victim weight, I know. And leading up to that show day, if we disregard like the carb up and things like that, my base calories for a training day were 2,700 and my rest day calories were 2,200. During that carb up, we actually put calories up to around 3,600 on a training day, and I think the rest day was about 3,000. When we did this, my weight actually didn't change. So we've got a good idea of what sort of calories we could go on to when we come out of prep. So I stepped off stage for the first time, and yes, I enjoyed some food. I took the day off, I enjoyed some food. I didn't go stupidly crazy, but I probably ate about 5,000-6,000 calories. And come Monday, I was 170 pounds. So I put on about 5 pounds over that weekend. Obviously a lot of it would have been water because you dehydrate yourself at stage, but a little bit was body fat. Here is the pictures one day post show on the Monday. Weighing at 170 pounds. Now, what my coach did in this week, we bumped our calories up. So from what I can remember, it was around 3,300 on a training day and around 3,000 on a rest day. And me eating that amount of food left my weight at the end of the week at 171.6 pounds. So even though my food got bumped up, my weight didn't go up too much. It went up by like 1.5 pounds. And by us bumping that food up, it allowed me to have some more energy. It allowed me to start to feel a bit more normal, and training performance started to come back very quickly. So we've now got our baseline food set up for this diet. We have a meal plan that I really enjoyed and could adhere to, and that means I'm not going to binge or want to go off plan and have these crazy meals because I really enjoyed my meal plan. And during this whole phase, I have had a couple off plans, but if I had them, I would literally miss my meals from my meal plan. So then I didn't really want them again. Now, if we look from week 2 to where I'm currently at, which I think is around week 13 or 14, here is how my weight has changed every single week. So in the 14-week time period, since I stepped off stage till now, I went from 170 pounds to 190 pounds. So around 20 pounds in 14 weeks. However, if we look at the sheets, the rate of gain has been very consistent. It's been a pound or a little bit over a pound every single week. And we've done that by gradually bumping food up. And if we didn't need to change anything, we didn't because weight was going on. And if we now look at the pictures of what I look like now, we can see that I have maintained a relatively good body composition. I am still absolutely starving, but my food is nice and high. I'm eating nearly 4,000 calories a day. But yeah, I'm starving, but I'm still lean. I'm functioning incredibly well in the gym. I'm getting strong, probably my all-time strength in the gym. And I'm just in a really good spot now to just push on into this off season and grow. A few other bits we did sort of post-show, which I recommend, is cardio immediately got pretty much cut in half. Steps actually kept the same because the steps I was doing was 12,000. And that's pretty much what I do through my work and through my daily activities. So they didn't really need to change. But we did keep cardio in. We just halved it. We don't need to be smashing the cardio anymore. In terms of training, I got a brand new training plan and the volume started quite low because that then gives us room to really push the volume on over the weeks when I get more energy and I feel better. We don't want to be smashing loads of volume post-show just because we get a little bit more energy, because it could lead to injury. We're still not fully recovered, so we need to take it nice and slow. Right then, that is my whole post-show. Let's go through some of my top tips on what I've learned during this phase, and hopefully you can sort of listen to, take some advice, and go into your own post-show and smash it. Number 1, and I previously mentioned it, you need to have a meal plan that you really enjoy every single meal on. Because if you do, it will massively, massively reduce the urge to binge and want to eat off plan. Number 2, you should have some sort of plan moving into your post-show phase. You should have a timeline like I've just mapped out. You should have a plan moving forward to keep you accountable and still have that sort of goal ahead of you to keep moving towards, because you will feel a bit lost after prep if you don't have that goal. Number 3, keep your prep routine in place. Treat this next phase as you're still in prep. Still get up and do your cardio. Yes, reduce cardio, but still get up and do it. Still do your steps. Still be very, very specific about your meals. Be very on it with your meals. Everything you did in prep, just keep it moving into this post-show phase, and it'll make it a lot easier. If you fall out of routine, it's going to get very difficult very quickly. Number 4, a lot of people leave their coaches straight after prep. That is a big mistake. Keep your coach. Your coach will keep you accountable. They'll keep a plan in place for you, and they should map out this whole reverse timeline to make it as successful as possible for you. Number 5, and I said this earlier, is something I really struggled with, but your focus needs to shift. Your focus needs to shift from your physique. It needs to now shift to training and feeling good. Don't get too stressed about staying super lean, because that's just going to then restrict your progress moving forward. If you're constantly trying to stay stage lean, you're not going to get healthy, your training performance isn't going to improve, your energy and mood isn't going to improve, and you're just not going to progress in any way. And the last tip, give back to your family, your friends, and enjoy some time with them. During your prep, you would have been very locked in. You wouldn't have spent a lot of time with the people that you love and you want to. So go and enjoy some occasions with them. Go and have an off-plan meal with them. Make it a special occasion. Don't make the off-plan being like, oh, I just want to smash all this pizza, all these brownies, all these cookies. No, go and when you have an off-plan, go to a nice restaurant with your family and friends and really enjoy it, and just don't take the mick. And there you go. There is a wrap-up of my full post-show. I'm now fully into the off season and I'm ready to get absolutely massive. The weather is rubbish now. It's dark at like 5 o'clock. The hoodies are on, the trackies are on, and we're just in grow season. If any of this has helped you, give the video a like. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. And if you've enjoyed it, subscribe, that would be great. So if you have done a bodybuilding show, I hope you enjoyed the experience. I hope it was amazing, and go and smash your reverse. See you in a bit.